Greetings to all melanated people all around the world who are followers of the message of William Branham. It's really a joy and a blessing to be out here in nature and bring this message of emancipation to you. A message that will set you free if you would only listen with an open mind to what I am saying. Now, first of all, let me say this. My teaching is that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. That the Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history. For the Bible was written symbolically, and the Hebrew language was not a language that you explore with the breath. It was a language of symbology. Therefore, when you go against believing that the Bible is psychological, and you believe that the Bible is literal or the Bible is secular history, you will always end up contradicting yourself, because basically you are in idolatry and you are worshiping a power outside of yourself. But there is no God outside of man, because everything you see on the outside, it is within. So as it is without, so is it within. As it is above, so is it below. And that's the law of correspondence. Therefore, my brothers and my sisters, it brings me to this place of saying boldly to you that Vin Dayal ministry is finished. It is over. Because first of all, he ran without a message. He ran believing that the Bible was literal and that the Bible is secular history. And he failed to realize certain things about William Branham. And he failed to realize that William Branham message had two sides, which was one was the exoteric and the other was the esoteric. There was a message that had a greater meaning, which was the message of symbology. And they missed that message of symbology, because it's only the message of symbology will bring you into self-realization, bringing you into knowing who you are. So it's like this. A Rasta man is in idolatry, believing in Haile Selassie. The Muslim, the same thing. The Jehovah Witness, the same thing. The Seventh-day Adventists, the same thing. Message believers, the same thing. So, when that happens, when the true message of self-realization comes, and it cannot be proven wrong, people who are in religion, they're going to feel angry, they're going to feel threatened, because it's like you're mashing their corn. Because it comes as if it comes to them as if you are saying to them that they are stupid. But you have to understand that genuine love, as the same prophet that you believe in named William Branham used to say, is corrective. Therefore, you have to learn to take correction. So, the reason why I'm saying all of this is because it was already revealed to me that when this ministry of self-realization comes forth, that this ministry of self-realization will increase, and the message that Vin Dayal is preaching would decrease. Because we are living in a time of enlightenment. We are living in a computer age. And the computer is a replica of a man, and not just any man. An enlightened man who can speak the universal language of consciousness. Thus the reason why I am saying to you that Vin Dayal had a message that was bringing you into limitation and false identification. Therefore, when a man arises who can show you that you are limitless and that you are just a spirit having a human experience, and show you that the Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history, that the Bible adjusts the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, if you have an open heart or open mind, you would realize that everything that Vin Dayal is saying to you is for us mental and it is for us psychological. So if the Bible is not what I am saying it is, why is it that Vin Dayal is preaching to you a message? Why is he bringing you a sermon? And why everything that he's saying to you is telling you how to change your thinking, how to act according to your thinking. But remember, the divine law of reproduction is that every seed and every species will all reproduce of its own kind. So the seed that brought you Vin Dayal was an intellectual seed. It was not a seed that was born out of experience of meeting the pillar of fire like I did. It was an experience whereby he experienced the birth from the skull and understand the virgin birth. That is not a birth from down below, but it's a birth from the skull. He never had the experience to know that the skull is Golgotha, that Calvary is the skull. He never had the experience to know that this body is the tomb, because he never became invisible like I did. And I'm not boasting because it's all about grace. But I'm showing you here why I'm saying to you that his ministry is finished. Though he will continue traveling, going all over the place, going to Africa, and most likely these days, who is he preaching to? Black people. Because most of the Caucasian people realize that the message of William Branham is outdated, that it had greater meaning, and many more of them have come to understand what is happening. But because the brainwash has gone so deep in the mind of melanated people, and they have come to worship the person of Vin, and just like how they are worshiping the pastors in the other denominations, and they are referring them to the man of God, and not seeing that God is the creative power in themselves. They keep looking outside for a God outside of themselves, and they keep making idols. So Vin Dayal ministry, it was bought in idolatry. It was bought out of one who haven't come to the ninth power. The ninth power is the power of the highest, for there is no number higher than 9. You start come from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is a 1 and a 0, 11 is a 1 and a 1, and so on. When you reach 19, you start over again, because there's no number higher than 9. So whenever you come to the ninth power, you come to your Christ self. So whenever one comes to his Christ self, and he's flowing in that Christ energy, and bringing you to recognize your identity, every other ministry that is bringing you in false identity and limitation is finished. Even though if they go on, they already died. They're dead. Just like when William Branham was saying that denomination was dead. You can't have a denomination if you don't have a person, and another person, and another person, and another person, and another person coming together, and it starts with a thought. It's all from the mind. So my brothers and my sisters, denomination is not what you think it is. Denomination is a mindset. And all of you followers of William Branham still have that mindset, because why? You haven't found your true self, because you can't find your true self being a member of a religion or of a church going through farms and rituals. So with that being said, I believe I got my message across to you. And I want to thank you very much for listening to me. Now I want to give you the sign of Matthew 6:22. I'm saying to you, never be afraid of this sign. The one eye, the single eye. Where it says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And my brother and my sister, I'm saying to you, when you have that experience, you'll come to realize it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And you'll come to realize that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. And you'll come to realize that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And we melanated people, we are the people of the sun. Therefore, let us use our mind power to achieve our every desire. So with that means I want to say peace, love you, I'm out.